What are the Diablo Immortal haters thinking now? What is up, my friends? My name is Echo, and welcome back to the channel where every single day we cover Diablo Immortal, from predictions to news to what we know to guides to breakdowns to rift runs. We got it all right here for Diablo Immortal. But today we're focusing in on the haters, because since the beginning of time, since the beginning of Diablo Immortal, there have been haters. And that's all good. We already have discussed a lot of this on the channel. We know that there have been haters because at the announcement they were waiting for Diablo 4 and no one anticipated there being a Diablo mobile. Of course, that hate was understood, and we're here to talk about what they're thinking now. Then we had the haters that were saying this is taking so long, we want to play, but it's taken Blizzard forever to bring out this game. And now we're even getting some haters that are saying, I waited so long for Diablo Immortal and now it's not even going to play on my phone, which we know actually isn't true. We talked about that in many other videos before. So all that aside, let's talk about the original OG haters of Diablo Immortal. Before we do though, make sure you sub the channel and ring the bell, because every single day I have Diablo Immortal videos for you. And we even have a podcast that's either bi-weekly or weekly, depending if we have the games in our hands or not. It goes live right here on the channel and over on Twitch, which I'll be linking in the pinned comment below. So make sure you come on through and be part of the Immortal podcast, where we answer your questions about Diablo Immortal and really anything else you want to ask. So let's get back to these haters. They started hating on the game at the announcement, but since then, there's been quite a bit of time for them to cool down. In that time, Diablo 4 has been announced. We now know that Diablo 4 is a thing and it's coming. Diablo Immortal is not a replacement for Diablo 4. It's just an addition to the Diablo story, not a replacement. So Diablo 4 is coming. This had to make all of those people feel quite a bit better. But not only that, let's talk about the Diablo Immortal Technical Alpha, which I was lucky enough to have my hands on for 3 to 4 weeks, plus many other people from the Blizzard community, from the Diablo community. We're talking about Riker, we're talking about Bloodshed, SVR. I mean, tons of players that are kind of like the OGs of Diablo, the ones that are the biggest in media, the ones that are part of these big podcasts, the ones that you guys all listen to and watch on their live streams. They had mostly positive things to say about Diablo Immortal. Now, yes, this was a technical alpha. We were testing things out. We were trying to find bugs. We were trying to find things wrong with the game. And of course, there were a few small things here and there. In my opinion, I thought it was pretty darn great, but other people did find a few things that they didn't love about the game. And Blizzard actively trying to fix those things now and make it more friendly towards those users, but they overwhelmingly like the game, some even saying that they'll be streaming and covering that game instead of Diablo 3 until Diablo 4 comes out. So we really have veteran Diablo players that make a career of content creation and live streams that are planning to cover Diablo Immortal, a phone game, instead of Diablo 3. So all of the people that were initially upset, which is probably a lot of them as well, let's be real, they're PC guys and girls. They love the PC. They probably heard about Diablo Immortal and they probably weren't as ecstatic as I was. When I heard about it, I was like, yes, this is my future. But them, they were like, what the heck is this? I could almost guarantee it. But now that they're willing to move away from D3 and move into Diablo Immortal, that says something about the game, and people are listening. People were watching the streams, are watching the videos, and were listening to their thoughts. So my prediction is that right now, the initial haters of Diablo Immortal, the people that hated Diablo Immortal at the announcement, Diablo 4 came out, they've seen the results of the technical alpha, they've seen the footage, they've heard from the experts, as we could call them, about these games. I think that they're starting to feel a little bit more confident. They're starting to realize that this is not your typical mobile game. Like, yeah, they could still complain that they don't want to use mobile controls, although many people have said the mobile controls are actually very comfortable and really good for a mobile game. I personally love mobile controls, but I'm also a mobile gamer. But a lot of these PC guys also said that it feels really good on the phone, which was really great to hear. I know that I was excited about that, as well as Blizzard was excited about that. So yeah, you can still hate in the controls if you're not into the mobile controls, but they have to feel good that there's going to be quite a bit of depth to Diablo Immortal, even more depth than there is in Diablo 3. So what you're really getting in Diablo Immortal is a more robust game than you have in Diablo 3. A better game, and that is amazing. And with those people that initially hated on Diablo Immortal, I think they can't ignore that those are facts, that this game is actually better than Diablo 3, or will be better than Diablo 3, you know, pending anything not going wrong. Anything can go wrong, anything can change. But, you know, from what we saw, the game was great. And, you know, you're going to have the people that are going to stick with D3 because they just love that game forever. Kind of like me and Gears of War 1. I look at all the Gears of War games, and to me, nothing is as good as Gears of War 1. Just a veteran like that, I guess. But I think that the hate has faded. It's gone into the abyss because they've heard about D4, they have their hopes there, and they realize, you know what, Diablo Immortal, it's not so bad. It's actually pretty good. And you may see me wearing this claw sock, and you may be saying, Echo, is the tip of your thumb cold? And I will say, no, it's not cold. But when I play my mobile games, I like to use thumb socks. These are actually from Mobile Gaming Corp, and I actually reached out to them because of a conversation I had with Dread Scythe, which is another person from the Diablo community who didn't know as much about mobile accessories. And I realized a lot of people who are Diablo people on PC may not know about mobile gaming much. So I teamed up with Mobile Gaming Corp because they have accessories for phones, cables for phones, cases, and these claw socks to make you have better gaming experiences. So you know, they look goofy, I agree, but when you use them, my goodness, it feels great. You don't get the rub on your fingers don't get stuck to the screen. I use them all the time whenever I'm playing a high action game like a Call of Duty Mobile. I'll be using them when I play Diablo Immortal as well. So yeah, if you head on over to Mobile Gaming Corp and pick up anything, you'll save 10% if you use code ECHO. I'm just here to inform you guys. The link's down below if you want to use it. Go check it out. So now that we got the OG haters out of the way, let's talk about the time haters, the people that were actually looking forward to Diablo Immortal, but now we're like, what are they doing? They're taking so long. It's taking forever. They've used the COVID excuse. Everyone's moving on with their life, although COVID's going on. Well, I think that this is something that'll naturally work itself out, right? The closer and closer we get to hearing that it's coming, the less and less upset those people are going to be. Because those people, including myself, we don't like the wait, you know? We don't want to have to wait for the game. And once you get the game, you kind of forget about how bad the wait was or how long the wait was. But this is the Blizzard way. Blizzard's not going to put out trash. They are not going to put out a bad game, especially their first game in mobile. It's going to be a slam dunk home run hit. So with that, the testing has to happen. They had the closed alpha, technical alpha. They're going to have a beta, maybe 2 runs of the beta, and then the release. I did recently, maybe just a video or 2 ago, put out a video on what I'm expecting, like release date expectations, and they have changed. If you want to know my expectations and my predictions of when it's going to come out, go watch that video. I'll somewhere link it, and if you can't find it, just go to my main channel and you will find it, or search Diablo Immortal and you will find it. So that's a thing as well. But you know, that's an easy thing to get rid of. You know, give people the game, they'll forget that they hated on it while they were waiting. Easy fix. But then you have the people that are saying, I've been pre-registered for 2 years for this game, and now it's saying it's not going to work on my phone. I mean, I played on this iPad. This iPad is pushing, it's 3.5 years old right now. Played. I mean, the footage you're watching right now was me playing on my iPhone, which is an iPhone 11, and it played really well. I think it actually looked better on my iPhone 11, which is still a year old. And on this iPad, it wasn't quite as crystal clear, although that's where I got most of my footage from, but it played flawlessly. It was actually awesome. So, I mean, there has to be some type of a standard for devices, right? You can't have people playing a game on a phone that's 10 years old. It just doesn't have the technology. You're not going to be, you know, this is not going to work. But remember, the standard for the game was raised. The bar was raised for the technical alpha because they wanted people that were sharing footage to share good footage, not to show laggy, low quality footage because maybe the phone was struggling to keep up. Plus, there's going to be settings inside of the game to adjust it for phones. I think that they're going to allow many more phones to actually be able to run this game, or tablets, not only phones, remember, to run this game. And I think everyone's gonna be able to play, unless if you're really on something ancient. So those people, as soon as it becomes available again in their app store, they're gonna feel good, they're gonna feel better, and you know, the hate will be gone. So what were you? Yeah, what were you? Were you a hater on day one? Were you someone who couldn't have cared less on day one? Or were you someone like me who was excited on day one. I know that I'm in the minority because when I started making videos on Diablo Immortal and I would call myself a mobile gaming enthusiast, which I still do, people were like, what even is a mobile gaming enthusiast? Like, who would be a mobile gaming enthusiast? Now, over time, people are starting to see the capabilities of mobile with games like PUBG Mobile, Call of Duty Mobile, Genshin Impact, now Diablo Immortal's Alpha coming out. People see that, okay, mobile's legit. You could play legit games, full games, AAA games on mobile. And now, for me, a dad, an old dude who doesn't have time to sit in front of the sick rig that I have every single day and play all night, although I do. I mean, I have Game Pass and I play Xbox games quite often, but it's not what I make my content on. My content is on mobile games because they are the future. I cast esports events for mobile games, not for PC games. I believe in and put my future, my job, like I do YouTube full time. This is how I make my living, streaming, casting esports events, and making videos, and it's all on mobile. So you could say that I've invested my life into mobile gaming since I did have a career of 15 years as a teacher with a pension in a school, and I gave it up to do YouTube full time. Pretty crazy when you think about it. I'm not crazy though. I see the vision, I see the future, and Diablo Immortal is a pioneer in that. Now remember, we had the financial call. Blizzard did mention more titles coming to mobile. Now, it's going to take a while, I assume. I mean, look how long it's taking for Diablo Immortal to come out. We haven't heard any official announcements of anything yet, so it's not time to get excited yet. But I do love that they're talking about and thinking about getting into mobile while doing other games on PC like Overwatch 2 and like Diablo 4. So they're not giving up on PC. They're just also going into a new platform, which is sick. I love it. And who knows? Maybe it'll be like Overwatch 2 on mobile and on PC, cross-platform. Who knows? I know a lot of games are doing that, but we got off tangent. I got excited talking about mobile games, guys. I'm sorry. But at the end of the day, I believe that, well, I believe that the haters, they're kind of gone. And there are some people that are going to stick on and hold on to that hate and still say, don't you all have phones? Because it's always going to be a thing. Poor Wyatt, he's never going to live that down. But at the end of the day, the game is going to be awesome. It's going to be accepted. Everyone's going to love it. Everyone's going to play it. Everyone's going to download it, even if you were a hater initially. But I think it's fading. And I hope you enjoyed today's video. I enjoyed making it, and my thumb, nice and warm, ready to game. Because of Mobile Gaming Corp's Lost Socks. Have a great day, guys. Check out some of my other stuff before you go. And be good.